I think that is the notion, though, of a lot of Patriots fans. Yes, they love Tom Brady. Love him. You saw that whenever the Deflategate thing was happening. I mean, they're ready to go to war for Tom Brady at the drop of a hat. But if Bill Belichick's still in charge up there, the mindset, as it should be, is, hey, we can put anybody there to win. Rex Ryan said this morning on Get Up that he got the chance to obviously play against Tom Brady-led Patriots a lot. Anytime Tom Brady played, they got smoked. The one time Tom Brady didn't play, they shut him out. Just because Tom Brady has that veteran experience where he knows what everybody's supposed to do, knows what's going on, and he can make every single throw, and he has that cool, calm sense about him where nothing is too big for him. I honestly didn't think he sweat for the first 15 years of his career because his eye black was always completely perfect. Now, the Matt Castle situation is a whole other story. Matt Castle came in there and won 11 games. Matt Castle didn't win a single game after leaving the Patriots. So in their eyes, it's like, hey, as long as we have Belichick, we'll be able to figure it out. They're almost okay if Tom Brady leaves. Thank you for everything. We'll move on to the next guy. But in my eyes, if Tom Brady doesn't get the weapons that he's promised, if Tom Brady doesn't have the people around him that he thinks he needs to win in New England, and not be knocked out in a wild card or lose to Ryan Fitzpatrick yet again or something like that, I think Tom Brady's going to go shop a little bit. I think he's going to, for the first time in 20 years, he's going to get a chance to feel people want him. He's going to get a chance to feel the feeling of being recruited. He's going to get a chance to go see how other facilities are. Is the grass greener somewhere else? Definitely not. I mean, the New England Patriots are the dynasty, the greatest sports of all time. But could he go somewhere like the people, like the setup, like the environment, like the neighborhood that he's in, potentially Los Angeles with the Chargers, understand that he becomes the face of a franchise for a team that is dying in a city that needs football to do well in, understand that a franchise couldn't sell out an MLS stadium? But if Tom Brady's there, there's a lot of front runners that live in Los Angeles, probably a lot of Patriot fans over there. If Tom Brady was to go to the Chargers, that place would sell out like that.
They got some weapons, too.
Weapons. Keenan Allen is a guy that is never talked about and is an absolute stud. I would assume Tom Telesco, who is formerly of the Colts, the GM, is known to be a stingy businessman. That's what he is. Bosa held out. Melvin Gordon held. There's a stingy business. But when you're talking about the GOAT, not only saving your team on the field, but potentially saving your franchise if you're the Spanos family, I think the LA Chargers are going to throw everything they could possibly throw at him. And I said this on October 24th. October 24th, I said this. Now, I know Collinsworth is saying it, and others are saying it now. October 24th, whenever we learned that Tom Brady opted out of the contract, we started looking around at places that would be a good home for Tom Brady. Everything points to the Los Angeles Chargers. He trains out there. I would assume Giselle likes it out there. TB12 would crush out there in Los Angeles. All signs point to the Chargers. It's just whether or not the Patriots will lure him back to being in New England.
Yeah, it's tough to say because I don't buy, like, oh, we can plug in Jarrett Stidham and we're going to be the same. Like, that
People are saying he looked good in preseason.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Like, yeah, they can be happy with him, but guess what? Like, the dynasty dies if Brady leaves. It just does. I mean,
quote that.
Yeah, go ahead and quote it because Jarrett Stidham isn't going to lead him to a Super Bowl next year. Like, that, it just isn't going to happen. And the reason I think it also is kind of dead and the writing is on the wall, like, that was just a different Patriots. In the playoffs, that was a different Patriots team than we've ever seen. Edelman dropping balls on third down.
They look like disinterested.
They did, not being able to get off the field on third down when they always do, getting stuffed in the red zone like that. It's just, those are the plays over the last 20 years that the Patriots always succeed at, and they just don't anymore.
You know what? You know what time it is? Moment of silence for the Patriots dynasty. Dead. I think they're dead. Well, hello there. Utilize the promo code PAYTHEBILLS and get $20 off your first order from SeatGeek. Now, back to the magic. I think Tom Brady legitimately thinking about leaving. I didn't think there was, we said the Chargers on October 24th just because, like whenever you start seeing things line up, you're on the stars line, you're like, yeah, that would make sense, man. Especially with the Rams who had to overpay Goff, so they couldn't pay the offensive line, which is now reaping the benefit in Tennessee for that. Their team looked kind of dumpy this year. Los Angeles people don't deal with losing well. I mean, nobody deals with losing well, but especially whenever you have like 45 beaches as options.
Exactly.
I mean, it's hard to keep fans in a city that has a lot of options. I'm not saying that the Rams fans won't be diehard out there. I'm just saying if a new toy comes to town and starts winning, it could be very easy for anybody, including me if I lived there, to be like, you know what? I'm a Chargers fan now.
Yeah.
And that's where they're at in the world in L.A., winning over fan bases, winning and building a franchise in Los Angeles. And what better way to do it than having the greatest of all time be your quarterback? Whenever Peyton left Indianapolis, when he got cut, there was a lot of rumors. They were never legitimized, so I can't say this as like a matter of fact. But there was always these murmurs in a group text I was in with a lot of players that was like, I think the NFL wants Peyton to go to the Rams because they're a brand new team in Los Angeles.
Sure.
And they would want Peyton Manning's face to be in Los Angeles. I would assume those same rumors or murmurs are being talked about with Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, leading the Los Angeles Chargers in a city where they have not had much success, both on the field or off the field. I mean, it would be... It just makes too much sense. But that press conference, Ty, that press conference, what are the chances of you retiring? Pretty unlikely, hopefully unlikely. And then when he gave his old thank you, now that lady asking Bill Belichick to thank the fans and Tom to thank the fans through thick and thin that was a terrible question. But I like the fact that she was trying to get a social media clip for them to thank the fans. I just don't know if press conferences are the place to do it. Maybe like on the side. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, can you give a thanks to the fans like Mike Zimmer did?
Right. In the locker room?
In the locker room, yeah. Which I could respect. But him thanking them and like saying how good it was and him opting out of the contract, I think is the biggest deal here. Him wanting to control his destiny is massive piece of leverage for Tom Brady. Godspeed to him. I'm excited to see what unfolds here because, boy, we could see some massholes just completely imploding. I mean, I guess Tom Brady jerseys are already being
people
burnt.
are lighting them on fire.
They're the best, dude.
I mean...
Those people are the best. We had the winningest decade in NFL history in Indianapolis. That year where Peyton had the fused neck and we had Curtis Painter, Kerry Collins for a game and a half, and then Orlovsky. People were showing up with bags over their heads. It's like, yo, man, will you take it easy? Literally just had 11 wins for the last decade. Bags over their heads saying they're embarrassed. It's like, I'm embarrassed, too, to be out here. We're about to break a punting record. But can you just, for a minute and a half, can we understand and get a little 30,000-foot view of this whole thing?
Exactly.
Them burning Tom Brady's jerseys. I hope Tom Brady's seen that.
If he did, he's gone.
And if you're the Spanos family, you are flooding his Facebook, his Instagram, his Twitter with videos of the jersey being burnt. If you're Spanos, you're like, listen, Tom, look what they're doing to you. We don't even have fans to burn jerseys over here.
We'll retire it right now if you want us to.
You want the 12? You'll be the only player in the history of the Chargers to wear 12. You got it.